Oh, hiya. I've just come back from the local supermarket where this stuff is rarer than proverbial rocking horse poo. What the story don't seem to realise is that aside from, well, I guess allowing you to wipe your backside with impunity until the end of the crisis, it's not really much good for anything else. So what I decided to do was leave people fighting over this in one aisle, and then I went around the rest of the supermarket and scooped up a load of foods that I want to tell you about that are proven to boost your immune response, because you want your immune system to be in tip-top condition if you unfortunately end up catching COVID-19. You want to be able to fight it off as well as you can. So first up, I got some fermented foods. Now the majority of your immune system lies right here and does all its work in your gut, and fermented foods contain good bacteria, the kind that you might have heard about that are going to help boost your microbiome. That's the garden of bacteria in your gut, which is so critical in fighting off all kinds of bugs and nasties. Now here's some plain old Greek yogurt. Just the white kind. Regular old Greek yogurt can be full fat, doesn't matter. Avoid the flavoured stuff because that is layered with sugar and that is going to challenge your immune response. If you do want to flavour it, try instead adding maybe a bit of fruit, some apple or some berries, or a tiny little drizzle of honey. Now I was also looking for something called sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is a German fermented cabbage. And that's also packed with really good bacteria thanks to the fermentation process. Unfortunately, they didn't have any in our local supermarket. So what I did instead, because it's really easy to make, I just got a white cabbage, I sliced it all up and I salted it, and I put it into this jar right here. And in 3 days, I'm going to have a fabulous tasting homemade sauerkraut that just took me minutes to prepare. I mean, literally 10 minutes. While looking in the pickle section, I did, however, come across these. These are capers, small flower buds that look and taste a little bit like a mini olive. These contain a substance called quercetin, which is a flavonoid and has antioxidant properties that are said to be able to give you a real massive boost to your immune response and really kick it into a higher gear. Next up, I've got some regular porridge oats and some shiitake mushrooms. Now, I never thought of putting these two things together, but a quick Google search before I started recording revealed that savoury mushroom oats is actually a dish. Who knew? But whether you have them together or you have them separately, they both contain a substance known as beta-glucans. Beta-glucans are a type of fibre that do have two really good functions. They lower your cholesterol and they also have immune boosting properties. Now, mushrooms are a really good place to start talking about vitamin D. Adequate vitamin D levels are absolutely critical for optimal immune response. And you can find vitamin D in a number of different foods like mushrooms, like eggs. Part of the problem with food sources of vitamin D isn't that there isn't vitamin D in them, it's that there aren't particularly high levels of vitamin D in them. Luckily, our body actually makes vitamin D from daylight, and research has shown that the lack of sunlight in winter is one of the reasons that we may get more colds and flus at that time of year, because it compromises our immune system. So one of the ways that I would like you to get more vitamin D is quite simply roll up your sleeves and go out into your garden to get some vitamin D from daylight. Just go and sit out there for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes a day with no sunscreen on. That is really, really critical because the sunscreen will block the vitamin D producing rays. The darker your skin is, the longer you're going to have to stay outside. But please bear in mind, of course, that if you have too much exposure to sunlight, this can go the other way and it can actually be carcinogenic. Now, from a food perspective, vitamin D is also found in oily fish, like this piece of tuna that I've got here, a piece of frozen tuna from the frozen aisle. It's also in mackerel and salmon. They also all happen to contain essential fats such as omega-3. Now, studies show that omega-3 may enhance the function of immune cells, so eat plenty of oily fish if you like that kind of thing. If you don't, or if you're a vegan, there are many vegetable sources that you can use, or plant sources, and one of them is seaweed. So actually this is the main one. Where do you think fish get it from? I've got a big bag of seaweed called wakame here. This is dried, and all you need to do is throw a few handfuls of that into soups or sauces, and that's really going to give you some high omega-3 levels. Now, if that still tastes a little bit too much like the sea, if you're one of those kind of people who don't like that salty flavour, then you can try things like flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts or kidney beans. Now, you also of course want to flavour your food, so things like garlic and ginger root and herbs and spices, things like turmeric and oregano, thyme and rosemary are really essential. They all either act as anti-inflammatory agents, so they reduce inflammation in your body, or they're antimicrobial, they fight off the bad microbes, both of which are great properties when it comes to your immune system. You want to keep your vitamin levels up, of course, and you can do that with lots of fresh fruit and veg. Berries are really good, and particularly elderberries. They're high in phytonutrients and antioxidants that help boost immune function. And fresh is preferable, but if they're frozen, it doesn't matter. They don't lose too many of their properties by putting them in the freezer. On the veg side, lots of leafy greens like spinach and cruciferous vegetables. Things like spinach and broccoli, these are really good for you. They're packed with vitamins. Try 2 servings of fruit and 8 servings of vegetables per day to get your optimal levels. And if you want to know how much a serving is, it's about half a cup. What do you want to cut back on to help boost your immune system? Well, the main things are sugar and refined starches. And by refined starches, I mean things like white rice, white pasta, and white bread. Studies have shown that refined sugars and carbohydrates, such as those starches, can suppress your immune system for hours after ingesting them. So limiting starch and sugar will help your immune system function better and improve your overall health. So I hope that's been helpful on some foods that are going to help boost your immune system. If you do need any other information or you want to get in touch for some clarity, please do so. Either DM me or email me, james@endurenutrition.co.uk. Thank you.